Hello friends, in the past video we have completed monosaccharides as well, and in today's video we will start with new topic of biomolecule, that is disaccharides. First of all, you know very well monosaccharides are rare in nature and most of the sugars are found in the nature are disaccharide. So that what is meant by disaccharide, actually what is its nature, how these disaccharides are formed, and some examples of disaccharides we will discuss in today's video. So that, my dear friends, as the name indicates, disaccharide means what? Di means two and saccharide means that is sugar. So that disaccharide means what? It is made up of by two mono subunits. Okay. So that what is meant by disaccharide? It is made up of by two mono subunit, or you also say that this disaccharide is made up of by two monosaccharide molecule. In this way, actually when these two monosaccharide molecules are come closer to each other, they condense, and at the time of condensation dehydration takes place, means water molecule remove, and in between the two monosaccharide molecule those bonds are produced, that is called as glycosidic bond. See, again I repeat, how disaccharide form? It's a very simple process. It is made up of by two mono subunit, means two monosaccharide molecule. It means that when two monosaccharide molecules condense, at that time dehydration takes place, means water molecule remove, and in between these two, means monosaccharide molecule, those bonds produced, this bond is called as glycosidic bond. Exactly how it is happened, what is the exact state, in this video you all are able to understand its bond formation, or how this disaccharide molecule produce, or how water molecule remove. Understand? But before this, we first of all understand its physical properties. So that what is the physical properties of disaccharide? That is physical properties of disaccharide. It's so very simple. Unlike we saw physical property, basic physical properties of monosaccharide, like crystalline in nature, soluble, and then after sweet to taste. So that unlike that, in disaccharide also it shows the same physical properties of monosaccharide. But we write here first one. What is the first physical properties of disaccharide? They are crystalline. They are crystalline. Second, they show solubility, means soluble. And third one is that actually they are, means disaccharides are sweet to taste. In this way, these are some basic physical properties of disaccharide. They are crystalline, soluble, and sweet to taste. Thereafter, what are the examples of disaccharide? As you know very well, there are various examples of disaccharide. But here we will focus on three examples. We will take three examples, and they are, examples are, first one is that maltose, then after lactose, and sucrose. Maltose, lactose, and sucrose are mostly found in the living system, and you know, out of these three disaccharides, I am telling you one interesting fact. maltose and lactose are called as reducing sugar, but sucrose is non-reducing sugar. Actually, the main fact is that all disaccharides are reducing sugar, but sucrose is non-reducing sugar. Means sucrose is exception for this. How? Answer to this question at the end of this video. Again I am telling you, you also compare why sucrose is non-reducing and remaining disaccharides, for example maltose and lactose, why these are called as reducing sugar, you will understand very well. So that let us first of all we will start our study from first example, that is called maltose. That is, first example is that maltose. As maltose is a disaccharide and it is made up of by two mono subunit. They are alpha D glucopyronase, 2 moles of actually alpha D glucopyronase, means by use of 2 moles of alpha D glucopyronase together for maltose. What they for? Maltose. Means that is from these two monosaccharide alpha D glucopyronase, actually it is also called as alpha D glucose, but in the chain structure, in the ring form, it produces pyronase ring. That's why it is also named as alpha D glucopyronase. In this way, by means of or by condensation of these two mono subunit, means alpha D glucopyronase, that is maltose produced. And at the time of this condensation, water molecule removed. Understand? So that for clear-cut explanation, I write the ring structure of these both subunit and how maltose is formed and how this water molecule removed. You will understand very well. So that is first alpha D glucopyronase plus alpha D glucopyronase, 2 mole unit sugar unit. What is the ring structure? It's a very simple. It produces pyronase ring. Okay, this is the ring structure. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth, and this one is that fifth carbon. Then after, how this hydroxyl molecule attach, H OH. Then after H OH, OH H, H OH, then CH2OH H. This is the ring form of alpha D glucopyronase. Understand? Again the same structure I write in the right side. They are see, same structure. Understand very well, huh? Yes, that is hydroxyl group. This is the 6th carbon, you know very well, that is CH2OH H. Understand? In this way, this is the ring structure of alpha D glucopyronase, or it is also called as alpha D glucose. Now, how these monosaccharides bond with each other? How it form linkage in between them, and how this glycosidic bond produce. Okay, now understand. I telling you, at the time of formation of disaccharide, when two monosaccharide molecule come closer to each other, dehydration takes place. So that from one alpha D glucose, that is from hydroxyl, hydrogen remove, okay, and from the second alpha D glucose, that is hydroxyl group remove. In this way, it produce, I write here, okay, that is H2O. That's the byproduct. Okay. Now, how it is formed a linkage? See, that is H. Okay. HOH, OHH, HOH, and then after CH2OH as it is. Only what changes takes place? From here one hydroxy remove, oxygen remain, and this oxygen, that is form bond with yes, HOH. Second structure I draw here. Okay, this is H. So that in this way, this remain oxygen form bond with the another monosaccharide, means alpha D glucose, in which carbon? In the fourth carbon. You know the carbon number. This is the first carbon. See, okay, first, second, third, fourth, and then after this one is that fifth, and this one sixth. See here also one, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. In this way, it's so very simple. In which carbon of these two monosaccharide bond is formed? In between the first carbon of first alpha D glucose and fourth carbon of second alpha D glucose, and those bond formed here, that is called as glycosidic bond. This bond is called as glycosidic bond. But this glycosidic bond is formed in between the first carbon and fourth carbon. Hence, it is also called as 1,4 glycosidic linkage. It is also called as 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Okay, and this is what behaves when two alpha D glucose fuse, that is called as maltose. This one is maltose, and this is the water molecule removed. So that in the whole process, what was our question? How this disaccharide molecule produce? Example, maltose by means of alpha D glucopyronate. When these two subunits come closer to each other, that is from one glucose hydrogen remove and from another alpha D glucose hydroxyl group remove, together it produce water. That is, this process is called as dehydration. Understand? And in between the first carbon of first means one alpha D glucose and the fourth carbon of second alpha D glucose, that is involved in the formation of glycosidic bond. Hence, this is also called as 1,4 glycosidic linkage. You know, this maltose have also its chemical name. How can we write chemical name? You know very well. You can study in that is chemistry. This maltose is called alpha D glucopyronazine 1,4 alpha D glucopyranose. Understand? I again repeat, alpha D glucopyronazine 1,4 alpha D glucopyranase. Understand? This is the chemical name of maltose. Understand? That's all. After that, let us take another example that is called as sucrose. Okay, so that second example we take, that is the lactose. Now, lactose is a disaccharide and it also produced by two subunits, and they are, first one, beta D galactopyronates, which is also called as beta D galactose, and second, beta D glucopyronates, which is also called as beta D glucose. Simple. Okay. So, which are two monosaccharides involved in the formation of lactose? That is beta D galactose or galactopyronates, and second, beta D glucose or beta D glucopyronates. Understand? So that here, understand. Now, how this lactose formation takes place? By the same step we will take. Here also, by means of condensation, dehydration takes place, and water molecule remove. And by means of these two monosaccharide molecule, that is lactose produce. Understand? Now, see the same step here we follow. That is, what is that? First one, beta D galactopyronates. That is beta D galactose. This one. Okay. So, what is the ring form of galactopyronates? That is okay. This is what? First carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This is the ring structure of beta D galactose. And what is the ring structure of beta D glucose? They are beta D glucose, no doubt, hydroxyl group in upright side. That's all. This is about the structure of beta D galactose or galactopyronates. Both are the same thing. And this one, beta D glucose. It is also called as glucopyronates. So that how this water molecule remove from the first is from galactose. Here hydrogen molecule remove or hydrogen remove. Okay, from this first hydrogen remove, and from galactose hydrogen remove, and from glucose hydroxyl group remove, and then after it produce water molecule, that is called as dehydration. What is that? Dehydration. Now how this lactose formation takes place? It's so very simple. That is, okay, this is the galactose. I draw the ring structure of lactose. Okay. Yes. So that H oxygen. Okay, this is the structure of glucose. See how this hydroxy group and hydrogen group are placed. That's all. This is what lactose. Now understand the whole concept. As I say, very similar process, only reform structure is different. The same process takes place here. You understand at the time of writing very well. In this way, is water molecule removed. Okay, now very simple. Just count in between which carbon bond is formed. That's all. This is the fourth carbon, no doubt. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. This is the first carbon. So here also, unlike in maltose, glycosidic bond is produced, but which glycosidic linkage? 1/4 glycosidic linkage. In this way, 1/4 means is oxygen that is attached with the first carbon of galactose and the fourth carbon of glucose. Understand? In this way, in the lactose, which is made up of by beta D galactose and beta D glucose, here it produces in the formation of lactose 1/4 glycosidic linkage. In this way, we can use here also chemical name of lactose. We can write what is that? Beta D galactopyronazine. Pyronazine. Okay. 1/4 beta D glucopyronase. This is the chemical name of lactose. Another interesting fact I want to tell you. Actually, means lactose is made up of by two subunits, which are the beta D galactose and beta D glucose, right? But lactose is also produced by two monosaccharides, and they are beta D galactose and alpha D glucose. Understand? Means the second subunit may present either beta D glucose or alpha D glucose, but galactose always present in the form of beta D. Understand? That's all. So that this is about lactose. Now, in the next video, in the next example, we will study about sucrose. Now, next example is that sucrose. Okay, that is sucrose. As you know, sucrose is called as the natural sweetener. So sucrose is also disaccharide, and it is made up of by two subunits, and they are, that is alpha D glucose plus, that is beta D fructose. Here you can write alpha D glucopyronase and beta D fructofuranose. Understand? So that by means of this condensation of two monosaccharide, it produces sucrose and water molecule removed. Understand? Now how it is happened? See, how it is happened? So alpha D glucose again ring structure, you know very well, my dear friend. Then beta D fructose, furanose ring, okay, understand? This is the furanose ring. Now, how this water molecule produce? From which carbon hydrogen remove and from which carbon hydroxyl group remove, and in between which carbon, that is glycosidic bond, produce. You understand? So say I thoroughly write everything. You know, you have very well concept of chemistry, but in nature biology also, that is some concept or some question may some question actually ask in some concept in the previous examination. I will tell you at the end of this sucrose, how this sucrose formation takes place topic. Okay. Then after I write this form below these alpha D glucose, okay, that's all. So that very simple, this is alpha D glucose and this one beta D fructose or fructofuranose. Understand? Now, how this water molecule produce? From which carbon, that is hydrogen remove, and from which carbon hydroxyl group remove? Say hydrogen from the first carbon and hydroxyl group from the second carbon remove to produce water. Understand? Yes, hydrogen from the first and hydroxyl from the second remove and it produce water. Now, these oxygen attached with, now oxygen is remain which is present in the first carbon of glucose, so that these oxygen now attach to the second carbon. This oxygen is attached to the second carbon of what? Fructose. In this way, here it forms glycoside bond. Now, which linkage is formed? So, first of all, you should note the carbon number. In glucose, here I write, okay. In glucose, that is, this one is first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Understand? Here, this is the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Now, you can clearly conclude here. In between which carbon glycosidic linkage is formed? Between 1, 2 glycosidic linkage. Between 1 and 2 glycosidic linkage. Understand? In this way, see, we saw about the structure. Actually, it is the detailed structure of maltose, lactose, and then after sucrose. You know, maltose is made up of by 2 alpha D glucose subunit. Understand? Thereafter, lactose is made up of by beta D galactose and beta D glucose unit subunit. Understand? And it produces lactose. I told you, instead of beta D glucose, alpha D glucose are also involved in the formation of lactose along with beta D galactose. Now, see, sucrose is made up of by alpha D glucose and beta D fructose monosaccharide. In these all 3 cases, I tell you checkpoint regarding our pre-medical exam. Understand, those questions asked in the previous examination. You see, last 4 to 5 year paper. What is the important checkpoint? First one, at the time of disaccharide formation, that is, those water molecule remove at the time of water molecule formation from which carbon, hydrogen and hydroxyl group remove. You should know in all these 3 cases. And what is the trick? Like in maltose and lactose, 1/4 glycosidic linkage is formed. Means from 1 carbon hydrogen and 4th carbon hydroxyl group removed. You understand? In sucrose, 1,2 glycosidic linkage is formed. It means from 1st carbon hydrogen and from 2nd carbon of fructose hydroxyl group removed and 1,2 glycosidic linkage produced. Understand? Later on, what is the economic importance of, or what is the biological importance, this is the main, of maltose, lactose and then after sucrose. If you see, this is maltose. Actually, maltose is not that much essential in diet. In our regular diet, maltose is not that much essential. But whatever intake in our diet, if maltose is present and if it is entered into the digestive system for the digestion of maltose, maltase enzyme is present in the intestinal juice. When this maltase break down maltose, break down by maltase, it produces very simple 2 moles of glucose. That is, you know, alpha D glucose, whatever it is. But what is the important thing I want to tell you? Now, then after this glucose absorbed by the lining of small intestine, then after it is allowed to pass into the cell membrane inside the cell in the protoplasm, then used as a principal fuel from which energy is produced in the form of ATP, no doubt. But the interesting fact is that those product of maltose, I use statement, understand, the product of maltose, that is glucose, they have more holding capacity of water. It absorbs more and more water from the intestinal lining. And due to this, if the excessive consumption of maltose takes place, it may cause diarrhea. That is normal diarrhea, I mean. Understand? So that this is about what? Maltose. What is the biological importance of lactose? You know, lactose, it is also called as the milk carbohydrate. milk sugar. It is present in the milk. You know, this lactose break down by lactase and it produces galactose and glucose. Easily, galactose is not used by is not used as a respiratory substrate for the production of ATP, but glucose is the main respiratory substrate, as I say, and which is used by the cell for the production of ATP. And how this lactose metabolism takes place, in one chapter I telling you, that is gene, its nature, expression and regulation, that is Lac-Operon model. In that model, the detailed explanation of lactose metabolism are there. Understand? In this way, this is the biological importance of lactose. Thereafter, sucrose, which is also commonly called as cane sugar. It has also biological importance. In regular diet, sucrose play an important role, and it can be easily extracted from plant like sugarcane, you know very well. And this sucrose is also made up of by glucose and fructose, and you know very well again, glucose is the blood sugar and fructose is called as the fruit sugar, and it has its own economic value. Understand? So that in this way, maltose, lactose and sucrose are the example of disaccharide, and which type of mono subunit take part in the formation of respective disaccharide. The formation steps are same, means condensation and dehydration takes place. During condensation, water molecule remove and the bond form in between these two carbon, that is glycosidic bond, and which carbon involved we saw very well. Thereafter, I told you important checkpoints where the space where question may ask in the examination, mid-examination. Then last concept, and we arose one question in our mind, that is why maltose and lactose is called as reducing sugar and sucrose is called as non-reducing sugar. Answer to this question. Answer to this question. See, this maltose and lactose are called as reducing sugar, and this sucrose is called as non-reducing sugar. Why? As the sucrose is also called as disaccharide. It's a very simple answer if you see properly the structure. In the maltose and lactose, during the formation, free functional group is there. Understand? After formation of maltose and lactose, you see properly the structure, free functional group is there, that is, it contains free functional group. That's why it is called reducing sugar. Means they act as a reducing agent and they are capable to donate hydrogen to other compound, that is called reduction. Hence, this maltose and lactose is called as reducing sugar. Why? Because they contain free functional group after the formation. But during the formation of sucrose, see, already the structure is present in the whiteboard. There were no free functional group. This sucrose is devoid of functional group, and hence this sucrose is called as non-reducing sugar. That is, sucrose is devoid of functional group, means no free functional group is present in the sucrose. That's why sucrose is called as non-reducing sugar. And understand, this is the important checkpoint that I think. The question may ask, why sucrose is called as non-reducing sugar? And why maltose and lactose is called as reducing sugar? And you get the answer. That's all. So that in today's topic, we have completed very well disaccharide. It's what is meant by disaccharide? Is physical property, and by taking some examples, maltose, lactose and sucrose, how these disaccharides are formed, and the last objective is that to understand why maltose and lactose is called as reducing sugar and sucrose is not. You get answer. In this way, in next video, we will discuss about oligosaccharide.